Below is a clear, examiner-oriented and structured explanation of the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, covering all the points here listed, with emphasis on concepts, sections, and recent amendments. The Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988 PCA. The Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988 is the principal legislation in India to combat corruption among public servants and to ensure clean, transparent, and accountable governance. It consolidates earlier anti-corruption laws and was substantially amended in 2018 to align with modern governance and international obligations. A need of the Act, read with Santhanam Committee report. Background. Before 1988, corruption-related offences were scattered across Indian Penal Code, 1860. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1947. Criminal Law Amendment Act, 1952. This resulted in overlapping provisions, weak enforcement, and procedural delays. Santhanam Committee Report, 1964. The committee highlighted, corruption is a systemic problem, not individual misconduct. Growth of corruption due to licensing, controls, discretionary powers. Ineffective prosecution due to delays in sanction and investigation. Need for the Act. To consolidate anti-corruption laws. To define corruption clearly. To ensure speedy investigation and prosecution. To deter misuse of public office for private gain. B. Role of enforcement agencies. 1. Anti-Corruption Bureau, ACB. State-level agency. Investigates corruption cases involving state government officials. Conducts trap cases, vigilance inquiries, and prosecutions. 2. Central Vigilance Commission, CVC. Apex vigilance body at the central level. Exercises superintendence over vigilance administration. Supervises corruption investigations of Group A and B officers. 3. Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. Investigates serious corruption cases involving O. Central government officials, O. Public sector in the takings, O. Matters with interstate or national implications. Functions under the supervision of the CVC in PCA cases. See Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988 and 2018 amendments. Key features of 1988 Act. Expanded definition of public servant. Introduced presumption against corrupt officials. Provided special courts for trial. 2018 amendment highlights. Criminalized bribe giving, earlier only bribe taking was punished. Introduced Section 17A, prior approval for investigation. Replaced gratification with undue advantage. Focus shifted from status-based to conduct-based offences. Introduced time-bound sanction for prosecution. Definitions, Section 2, 1. Public servant includes government employees, central, state, judges, employees of PSUs, banks, universities. Anyone discharging public duty. Right arrow definition is very wide and inclusive. 2. Public duty. A duty, in the discharge of which the state, public or community has an interest. Includes statutory, administrative, or contractual duties. 3. Undue advantage. Any gratification other than legal remuneration. Can be monetary or non-monetary. Includes favors, benefits, concessions. Offences and penalties, Section 7 to 14. Section 7. Public servant taking undue advantage to perform or forbear public duty. Punishment, 3 to 7 years plus fine. Section 8. Bribe giver, person inducing public servant. Punishment, up to 7 years plus fine. Exception, if compelled in reports within 7 days. Section 9. Bribing a public servant by commercial organizations. Section 10. Punishment for commercial organizations, fine. Section 11. Public servant obtaining valuable thing without consideration. Section 12. Abatement of offences. Section 13. Criminal misconduct by public servant. Includes abuse of position for undue advantage. Section 14. Habitual offender, enhanced punishment. Punishment for attempts, Section 15. Attempt to commit offences under Sections 7 to 13. Punishment, same as for the offence attempted. Reflects the principle that attempt is close to commission. Investigation provisions. Section 17. Persons authorized to investigate. Police officers of specified rank only. Ensures protection against frivolous investigations. Section 17A, Previous Approval, 2018 Amendment. Prior approval required before. O. Inquiry. O. Inquiry. O. Investigation. Applicable when alleged offense relates to official decision-making. Not required in trap cases. Right arrow criticized for potentially shielding honest accountability, but justified as protection for honest officers. H. Sanction for prosecution. Section 19 PCA read with Section 197 CRPC. Mandatory sanction before court takes cognizance. Authority competent to remove the public servant must grant sanction. Time limit. O. 3 months, extendable to 4 months. Purpose. To protect public servants from vexatious litigation. Not a shield for corruption. Right arrow defect in sanction is curable unless it causes failure of justice. I. Presumption under Section 20. If public servant accepts undue advantage, court shall presume. O. It was taken as a motive or reward. Burden shifts to accused to rebut presumption. Applies only to Sections 7 and 11. Right arrow this is a legal presumption, rebuttable on balance of probabilities. Conclusion. Exam tip. PCA is a special law overriding IPC. 2018 amendments introduced accountability on both sides, giver and taker. Balance between effective anti-corruption enforcement and protection of honest officials. Frequently tested areas. O. Section 7 vs Section 13. O. Section 17A. O. Presumption under Section 20. O. Sanction for prosecution. If you want, I can also provide short notes for exams, flow charts, case law-based answers, comparison table, PCA before and after 2018 amendments. Kalicharan Mahapatravi, State of Orissa, Air 1998 South Carolina 2595. Subject. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, mens rea, presumption under Section 20, and proof of demand and acceptance of bribe. Facts of the case. The accused was a public servant. He was charged under the Prevention of Corruption Act for accepting illegal gratification. A trap was laid, and tainted money was recovered from the accused. The defense argued that mere recovery of money was insufficient to prove the offense. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Whether mere recovery of tainted money is sufficient to convict a public servant under the PCA. 2. Whether the presumption under Section 20 can be raised automatically. 3. What is the role of demand and acceptance in corruption cases? Held. Decision. The Supreme Court upheld the conviction and laid down important principles governing corruption offenses. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Demand and acceptance are essential. The court held that proof of demand and acceptance of bribe is sine qua non, essential condition, for conviction under O. Section 7, O. Section 13, 1, d, of the PCA. Right arrow mere recovery of tainted money is not enough unless it is proved that the money was demanded, and it was voluntarily accepted as illegal gratification. 2. Presumption under Section 20. Once acceptance of gratification, other than legal remuneration, is proved, the court shall presume that it was accepted as a motive or reward for doing an official act. Right arrow this presumption is mandatory, rebuttable by the accused on a preponderance of probabilities, not beyond reasonable doubt. 3. Mens rea under the PCA. Corruption offenses are not strict liability offenses. Corrupt intention, mens rea, must be inferred from O. Demand, O. Acceptance, O. Surrounding circumstances. 4. Nature of defense. Accused need not prove innocence beyond doubt. It is sufficient if the explanation offered is reasonable and probable. Ratio decidendi. Proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification is indispensable. Once acceptance is proved, the presumption under Section 20 operates, shifting the burden to the accused to explain the receipt of money. Significance of the case, exam use. Frequently cited to explain. O. Section 20 presumption. O. Difference between recovery and acceptance. O. Burden of proof in corruption cases. Helps answer questions like O. Is recovery of bribe money sufficient for conviction? O. When does the presumption under Section 20 arise? One-line exam ready note. In Kalicharan Mahapatravi, State of Orissa, the Supreme Court held that demand and acceptance of illegal gratification are mandatory to prove corruption, and once acceptance is proved, the statutory presumption under Section 20 applies, subject to rebuttal by the accused. If you want, I can compare this case with B. Jairaj and P. Satyanarayana Murthy. Provide a flowchart on burden of proof under Section 20. Convert this into a 5-mark. K. Shanthamma v. State of Telangana. SLP, Criminal, number 7182 of 2019. Area of Law, Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Sections 7, 13 and 20. Core issues, demand of bribe, acceptance, and presumption under Section 20. Facts, in simple words. The accused was a public servant. A trap case was arranged. Tainted money was recovered from the accused. The prosecution mainly relied on recovery in phenolphthalein test. There was no clear and reliable evidence that the accused had demanded a bribe. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Is mere recovery of tainted money sufficient to prove corruption? 2. Can the presumption under Section 20 be drawn without proof of demand? 3. What is the minimum requirement to convict a public servant under the PCA? Health decision, right arrow conviction set aside. Right arrow accused acquitted. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Demand of bribe is sine qua non. Demand of illegal gratification is mandatory to establish offences under O Section 7, O Section 13, 1, D, PCA. Without proof of demand, the prosecution case fails. 2. Recovery alone is not enough. Mere recovery of tainted money, even with O positive phenolphthalein test, or O presence of trap witnesses cross-mark does not prove acceptance or guilt. 3. Presumption under Section 20 has limits. Presumption arises only after O demand is proved, and O acceptance pursuant to that demand is proved. If demand is not proved, Section 20 cannot be invoked. 4. Benefit of doubt. Criminal law requires proof beyond reasonable doubt. If demand is doubtful or not proved, right pointing arrow benefit must go to the accused. Ratio decidendi. In corruption cases, proof of demand of illegal gratification is indispensable. Mere recovery of tainted money, without proof of demand, cannot sustain conviction nor attract the presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Daily life illustration, very exam friendly. If someone secretly puts money in a government officer's drawer without the officer asking for it, and the money is later found there, this is recovery, not demand or acceptance. Why this case is important? Exam use. Reinforces protection against false trap cases. Frequently cited word. O. Kalicharan Mahapatra. O. B. Jairaj. O. P. Satyanarayana Murthy. Best authority to answer. O. Is recovery sufficient for conviction? O. When does Section 20 presumption apply? One-line exam answer. In K. Shanthamma v. State of Telangana, the Supreme Court held that without proof of demand of bribe, mere recovery of tainted money is insufficient for conviction and the presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act cannot be applied. If you want, I can now. Small diamond. Compare this case point B point with Kalicharan Mahapatra. Small diamond. Prepare a 5-mark or 10-mark answer. Small diamond. Below is a case-based, example-driven explanation of what courts treat as demand and acceptance of bribe, using settled Supreme Court decisions under the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. This format is ideal for exams and problem questions. Demand vs acceptance, explained through settled case law. Key first, the legal rule, settled law. Demand of illegal gratification is sine qua non for offences under Sections 7 and 13 of the PCA. Acceptance must be conscious and voluntary. Mere recovery is not enough. This principle is consistently affirmed by the Supreme Court. Key cap 1. What courts consider as demand, checkmark. Case 1, Kalicharan Mahapatra v. State of Orissa. Facts, simplified. Public servant asked for money for doing an official act. Complainant agreed and later paid during a trap. Money recovered from accused. What was treated as demand? Clear asking for money, either O. verbally, bring money if you want work done, or O. by conduct indicating expectation of money. Court held. Demand may be proved by direct or circumstantial evidence. Once demand is proved and money is accepted, Section 20 presumption applies. Small diamond. Daily life analogy. A clerk says, File won't move without something extra. Even without naming the amount, right pointing arrow, this is demand. Keycap 2 what courts do not consider as demand. Cross mark case 2, K. Shanthamma v. State of Telangana. Facts. Trap laid. Money recovered from accused. No reliable proof that accused ever asked for bribe. What was not treated as demand? Silence of accused. Money being found near or with accused. Assumption that money was demanded. Court held. Demand must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. Without proof of demand, Section 20 presumption cannot arise. Small diamond daily life analogy. Someone leaves money on your table without asking or you asking for it. Money is found, right pointing arrow, cross mark, no demand. Keycap 3 what courts consider as acceptance, checkmark case 3, State of Andhra Pradesh vs. P. Satyanarayana Murthy. Facts. Accused demanded bribe. Complainant paid money. Accused took money and kept it. Recovery made. What was treated as acceptance? Conscious receipt of money. Knowledge that money is illegal gratification. Voluntary keeping of money, pocket, drawer, bag. Court held. Acceptance must be knowing and intentional. Once acceptance is proved, right pointing arrow, presumption under Section 20 applies. Small diamond daily life analogy. You ask for money, take it, and keep it, right pointing arrow, check mark acceptance. Keycap 4 what courts do not consider as acceptance. Cross mark case 4, B. Jairaj v. State of Andhra Pradesh. Facts. Money recovered from accused. Complainant turned hostile. No proof accused knowingly accepted bribe. What was not treated as acceptance? Money found without proof of voluntary receipt. Accused unaware money was kept with him. Court held. Recovery alone does not equal acceptance. Acceptance must be proved independently. Small diamond daily life analogy. Someone puts money in your bag without your knowledge. Money found, right pointing arrow, cross mark, no acceptance. Keycap 5 clear comparative table, exam gold. Aspect. Demand. Acceptance. Meaning asking or expecting bribe. Knowingly receiving bribe. Proof required. Yes. Mandatory. Yes. Mandatory. Aspect. Demand. Acceptance. Mere recovery enough. Cross mark. No. Cross mark no. Leads to Section 20 presumption. Checkmark only if proved. Checkmark only if proved. Key cases Kalicharan, Shanthamma. Satyanarayana Murthy, B. Jairaj. Keycap 6 1 paragraph exam answer, ready to write. The Supreme Court has consistently held that demand and acceptance of illegal gratification are sine qua non for conviction under the Prevention of Corruption Act. In Kalicharan Mahapatra, a clear request for bribe was treated as demand, while in case Shanthamma, mere recovery without proof of demand was held insufficient. Similarly, in P. Satyanarayana Murthy, conscious receipt of money was treated as acceptance, whereas in B. Jairaj, recovery without voluntary receipt was not considered acceptance. Thus, mere recovery of money does not prove demand or acceptance, and the presumption under Section 20 arises only after both are proved. If you want, I can also. Below is a fully prepared, exam-ready answer. You can write it directly in exams, with case-based examples, flowchart, and bullet points on demand versus acceptance under the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. Demand and acceptance of bribe, explained through settled court cases. Legal position, settled law. The Supreme Court has consistently held that proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification is sine qua non for conviction under Section 7 and 13 of the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. Mere recovery of money is not sufficient. What is demand? With case example. Meaning, demand means asking for, expecting, or indicating willingness to receive illegal gratification in return for performing or forbearing an official act. Demand can be proved by direct evidence, words, or circumstantial evidence, conduct. Settled case, Kalicharan Mahapatra v. State of Orissa. Facts, simplified. The accused public servant asked for money for doing official work. The complainant paid the amount during a trap. Tainted money was recovered from the accused. What the court treated as demand. A clear request or expectation of money in connection with an official act. Principle laid down. Demand is an essential ingredient. Once demand and acceptance are proved, presumption under Section 20 applies. Daily life illustration. A clerk says, bring something extra if you want the file cleared. Right arrow. This is demand, even if the exact amount is not stated. 2. What is not demand? With case example. Settled case. K. Shantamma v. State of Telangana. Facts. Trap laid and money recovered. No reliable evidence that the accused ever asked for a bribe. What was not treated as demand? Mere silence of the accused. Mere recovery of money. Assumption that money must have been demanded. Principle laid down. Without proof of demand, conviction cannot be sustained. Section 20 Presumption cannot be invoked without demand. Daily life illustration. Someone leaves money on your table without you asking for it. Right arrow no demand. 3. What is acceptance? With case example. Meaning, acceptance means conscious, voluntary, and knowing receipt of illegal gratification as a bribe. Settled case. State of Andhra Pradesh vs. P. Satyanarayana Murthy. Facts. Accused demanded bribe. Complainant paid the amount. Accused received and kept the money. Recovery followed. What the court treated as acceptance. Knowing and voluntary receipt of money pursuant to demand. Principle laid down. Acceptance must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. After acceptance is proved, Section 20 Presumption arises. Daily life illustration. You ask for money, take it, and keep it in your pocket. Right arrow acceptance proved. IV. What is not acceptance? With case example. Settled case. B. Jairaj v. State of Andhra Pradesh. Facts. Money recovered from accused. Complainant turned hostile. No proof of voluntary receipt by accused. What was not treated as acceptance? Mere possession without proof of conscious receipt. Money kept without knowledge of the accused. Principle laid down. Recovery alone does not prove acceptance. Acceptance must be independent of recovery. Daily life illustration. Someone slips money into your bag without your knowledge. Right arrow no acceptance. V flowchart, very important for exams. Demand of bribe down pointing arrow. Acceptance, knowing and voluntary, down pointing arrow. Recovery of tainted money down pointing arrow. Presumption under Section 20 down pointing arrow. Burden shifts to accused, to rebut, cross mark if demand is not proved right pointing arrow case fails cross mark if acceptance is not proved right pointing arrow case fails. V. Comparison table, quick revision. Aspect. Demand. Acceptance. Meaning asking or expecting bribe knowing receipt of bribe. Mandatory. Check mark. Yes. Check mark yes. Mere recovery sufficient. Cross mark no. Cross mark no. Section 20 Presumption only after demand proved only after acceptance proved. Key cases Kalicharan, Shantamma. Satyanarayana Murthy, B. Jairaj. 7. 1 paragraph exam answer, perfect for 5 to 10 marks. The Supreme Court has consistently held that demand and acceptance of illegal gratification are sine qua non for conviction under the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. In Kalicharan Mahapatra v. State of Orissa, an explicit request for money in connection with an official act was treated as demand. In contrast, in K. Shantamma v. State of Telangana, mere recovery of money without proof of demand was held insufficient. Further, in State of AP vs. P. Satyanarayana Murthy, conscious and voluntary receipt of money was treated as acceptance, whereas in B. Jairaj v. State of AP, recovery without proof of voluntary receipt was not considered acceptance. Thus, mere recovery does not establish demand or acceptance, and the presumption under Section 20 arises only after both are proved. If you want next answer framed strictly as per new 2018 amendments. MCQs based on these cases. Problem question with model answer. Kanwarjeet Singh Kakkar v. State of Punjab 2011, 6 SCR 895. Area of Law, Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Section 7, 13, 1, D, 13, 2, Core Issues, Demand of Bribe, Acceptance, Trap Cases, and Presumption under Section 20. Facts, explained simply. The accused, Kanwarjeet Singh Kakkar, was a public servant. He allegedly demanded illegal gratification for performing an official act. A trap was arranged by the vigilance authorities. The complainant handed over the bribe money. The accused received the money, and it was recovered from him. Phenolphthalein test was positive. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Whether the demand of bribe was proved beyond reasonable doubt. 2. Whether acceptance and recovery of bribe money was sufficient to sustain conviction. 3. Whether the presumption under Section 20 was correctly applied. Health decision, right arrow conviction upheld by the Supreme Court. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Demand can be proved by circumstantial evidence. The court held that demand need not always be proved by direct words. It can be inferred from O. Conduct of the accused, O. Surrounding circumstances, O. Consistent testimony of witnesses. Right arrow express words are not mandatory. 2. Acceptance plus recovery equals strong proof. In this case, O. The accused knowingly received the bribe, O. The money was recovered from his possession. This amounted to clear acceptance. 3. Presumption under Section 20. Once acceptance of illegal gratification is proved, O. The court shall presume it was taken as a motive or reward. The accused failed to rebut this presumption. Right arrow explanation offered by accused was not probable. 4. Defense must be probable, not merely possible. Accused need not prove innocence beyond doubt. But explanation must be O. Reasonable, O. Probable, O. Supported by circumstances. Ratio decidendi. Demand of illegal gratification can be proved either by direct or circumstantial evidence. Once acceptance and recovery are established, the statutory presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act arises, unless rebutted by a probable defense. Daily life illustration, for exams. A government officer does not verbally ask for money but hints, delays work, and accepts cash when offered. His conduct shows expectation of money. Right arrow this conduct amounts to demand and daily life illustration, for exams. A government officer does not verbally ask for money but hints, delays work, and accepts cash when offered. His conduct shows expectation of money. Right arrow this conduct amounts to demand and acceptance. Why this case is important, exam perspective. Clarifies that O. Demand need not always be verbal. O. Circumstantial evidence is sufficient. Often contrasted with O. K. Shanthamma, no proof of demand. O. B. Jairaj, mere recovery insufficient. One-line exam answer. In Kanwarjeet Singh Kakkar v. State of Punjab, the Supreme Court held that demand of bribe may be proved by circumstantial evidence, and once acceptance and recovery are established, the presumption under Section 20 applies unless rebutted by a probable defense. Small diamond want next. Comparison table. Kakkar vs Shanthamma vs Kalicharan. Problem question plus model answer. Short notes, 3 to 4 lines, for Rep. Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI. 2011, 7, S, C, C, 141. Area of Law. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Section 7, 13, 1, D, 13, 2. Criminal Conspiracy, Section 120 BIPC. Key concepts: mens rea, misuse of official position, scope of public servant, and abuse of power for undue advantage. Facts explained simply. Abhay Singh Chautala, a public servant and political executive, was accused of O. Abusing his official position, O. Interfering in recruitment, administrative processes, O. Granting undue favors in appointments. The CBI registered a case alleging O. Criminal conspiracy, O. Corruption through misuse of authority. The accused challenged the maintainability of proceedings, contending O. No direct bribe was received, O. No personal monetary gain was shown. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Whether receipt of bribe or monetary gain is necessary to constitute an offense under Section 13, 1, D, of the PCA. 2. Whether misuse of official position to benefit others amounts to corruption. 3. Whether mens rea can be inferred from conduct and circumstances. Health decision, right arrow Supreme Court upheld the prosecution. Right arrow proceedings by CBI were held to be valid and maintainable. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Bribe or personal gain is not mandatory. The court held that actual receipt of money is not essential. If a public servant O. abuses official position, and O. secures undue advantage for himself or any other person, right pointing arrow offense under Section 13, 1, D, is complete. Pushpin undue advantage does not equal only money. 2. Misuse of power itself can constitute corruption. Corruption includes O. Manipulating procedures, O. Influencing decisions, O. Granting illegal favors. Even administrative manipulation can attract PCA liability. 3. Mens rea can be inferred. Corrupt intention need not be proved by direct evidence. It can be inferred from O. Pattern of conduct, O. Circumstances, O. Nature of decisions taken. 4. Public servant acting through influence is still liable, even if the accused did not directly pass the order, O. Exercising dominant influence, O. Using position to control decisions. Right pointing arrow amounts to misuse of official position. Ratio decidendi. For an offense under Section 13(1)(d) of the Prevention of Corruption Act, it is not necessary that the public servant should have received monetary gain, abuse of official position to obtain undue advantage for oneself or for another person is sufficient. Daily life illustration, exam friendly. A minister pressures officials to appoint an unqualified person, not for money but to favor someone. Right arrow even without bribe, this is criminal misconduct. Why this case is important, exam use. Frequently cited for O. Meaning of undue advantage, O. Scope of Section 13(1)(d), O. Difference between bribe-taking and abuse of office. Shows that corruption is wider than bribery. One-line exam answer. In Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI, the Supreme Court held that receipt of bribe is not essential for an offence under Section 13(1)(d). Abuse of official position to secure undue advantage for oneself or others is sufficient to constitute criminal misconduct. If you want next, I can. Small Diamond. Compare this case with Kalicharan Mahapatra and K. Shanthamma. Small Diamond. Frame up. CBI, Bank Securities and Fraud Cell v. Ramesh Gelli 2016-3 S.C. C. 788. Area of Law. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Sections 2, C. 7, 13. Core issue, whether officials of a private bank are public servants under the PCA. Facts, simplified. Ramesh Gelli, former chairman and managing director of Global Trust Bank, a private bank, was accused of O. Sanctioning loans illegally, O. Granting undue financial benefits, O. Causing wrongful loss to the bank. The CBI, Bank Securities and Fraud Cell, registered a case under O. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. O. IPC provisions relating to conspiracy and cheating. The accused argued that O. He was not a public servant. O. Global Trust Bank was a private bank, not government-controlled. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Whether the chairman, MD of a private bank is a public servant under Section 2, C, of the PCA. 2. Whether offences under the PCA can apply to private banking officials. 3. Whether the CBI prosecution was maintainable. Held, decision, right arrow appeal allowed by CBI. Right arrow Supreme Court held the chairman and managing director of a private bank are public servants under the PCA. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Wide meaning of public servant. The court adopted a purposive and expansive interpretation of Section 2, C. Banking functions involve O. Public deposits, O. Public confidence, O. Public interest. Right arrow therefore, bank officials perform public duty. 2. Private bank does not equal private function. Even though the bank is private, O. It performs public functions, O. It deals with public money. Hence, senior officials of private banks are covered under PCA. 3. Object of the PCA. The PCA is a social welfare legislation. It must be interpreted broadly to O. Combat corruption effectively, O. Prevent misuse of institutions dealing with public funds. 4. No immunity from anti-corruption law. Merely because an institution is privately owned, O. Its officers cannot escape liability, O. If they discharge public duties. Ratio decidendi. Officials of private banks, including the chairman and managing director, perform public duties and are therefore public servants within the meaning of Section 2, C, of the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. Daily life illustration, exam friendly. A private bank manager misuses depositor money and grants illegal loans. Even though the bank is private, he handles public money. Right arrow, he is treated as a public servant under the PCA. Why this case is important? Exam use. Landmark ruling on O meaning of public servant. O applicability of PCA to private sector banking. Frequently asked in exams to test. O public duty vs private employment. O scope of anti-corruption law. One-line exam answer. In CBI, Bank Securities and Fraud Cell v. Ramesh Gelli, the Supreme Court held that officials of private banks perform public duties and are therefore public servants under Section 2(c) of the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. If you want, I can also. Small Diamond compare this case with public sector bank cases. Small Diamond. Link it with 2018 amendment, public duty and undue advantage. Below is a clear, exam-ready comparison of the two Supreme Court cases you studied under the Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988. Comparison. Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI, 2011. vs. CBI v. Ramesh Gelli, 2016. Aspect Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI, Bank Securities and Fraud Cell v. Ramesh Gelli. Citation 2011-7 S.C. 141. 2016-3 S.C. 788. Nature of accused. Political executive, public servant exercising influence. Chairman and managing director of a private bank. Main legal issue. Whether bribe or personal gain is necessary to constitute corruption. Whether private bank officials are public servants. Relevant PCA provisions Section 13, 1D, 13, 2, Section 2C, Section 7 and 13. Core question. Can abuse of official position alone amount to corruption? Does performing public duty make a private employer public servant? Aspect Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI, Bank Securities and Fraud Cell v. Ramesh Gelli. Nature of misconduct. Misuse of authority to give undue advantage to others. Abuse of banking powers affecting public money. Requirement of bribe not required. Not required. Concept emphasized undue advantage and misuse of power, public duty and public interest. Court's ruling. Abuse of position itself constitutes criminal misconduct. Private bank officials fall within public servant definition. Result. Prosecution upheld, PCA charges held maintainable. Approach of court. Substance over form, focus on conduct. Purposive interpretation of statute. Key difference in one line. Abhay Singh Chautala expands what constitutes corruption, misuse of power even without bribe. Ramesh Gelli expands who can be prosecuted, private bank officials as public servants. Combined legal principle, very important for exams. Corruption under the Prevention of Corruption Act is not limited to taking bribes by government employees. It includes abuse of official position for undue advantage, and applies even to private individuals performing public duties. Daily life illustration. Abhay Singh Chautala case. A minister pressures officials to give illegal appointments without taking money. Right pointing arrow, corruption proved. Ramesh Gelli case. A private bank CMD misuses depositor funds. Right pointing arrow, treated as public servant, PCA applies. 5-mark exam answer, ready to write. In Abhay Singh Chautala vs. CBI, the Supreme Court held that receipt of bribe is not essential to constitute an offence under Section 13, 1D, of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Abuse of official position to secure undue advantage for oneself or others is sufficient. In contrast, in CBI v. Ramesh Gelli, the court expanded the scope of the act by holding that officials of private banks perform public duties and are therefore public servants under Section 2(c). Together, these cases demonstrate the wide reach of the PCA, both in terms of conduct and persons covered. If you want, B. Jairaj v. State of Andhra Pradesh 2014-13 S.C. 55. Area of Law. Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Section 7, 13, 1, D, R, W 13, 2, and Section 20 Co-Focus, Demand of Bribe, Acceptance, and Mere Recovery of Money. Facts, very simple. The accused was a public servant. He was alleged to have demanded a bribe for doing an official act. A trap was laid and money was recovered from the accused. During trial, the complainant turned hostile and did not support the prosecution on demand. Prosecution relied mainly on recovery of money, phenolphthalein test. Issues before the Supreme Court. 1. Whether mere recovery of tainted money is sufficient for conviction under the PCA. 2. Whether presumption under Section 20 can arise without proof of demand. 3. Whether acceptance can be presumed solely from possession of money. Health decision, right arrow conviction set aside, right arrow accused acquitted. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Demand of bribe is mandatory. Demand of illegal gratification is sine qua non for offences under Section 7, Section 13, 1d. If demand is not proved, the offence is not made out. 2. Recovery alone is not enough. Mere possession or recovery of tainted money cross mark does not prove acceptance. Cross mark does not prove guilt. 3. Presumption under Section 20. Presumption arises only after demand is proved, and acceptance pursuant to demand is proved. Without proof of demand, Section 20 cannot be invoked. 4. Hostile complainant weakens prosecution. When complainant does not support demand, prosecution must prove demand by other reliable evidence. In absence of such evidence, right pointing arrow benefit of doubt goes to accused. Ratio decidendi. Mere recovery of tainted money, divorced from proof of demand of illegal gratification, is insufficient to sustain conviction under the Prevention of Corruption Act. The presumption under Section 20 arises only after demand and acceptance are proved. Daily life illustration, exam friendly. Someone puts money in your pocket without you asking for it. Money is found with you. Right arrow, this is recovery, not demand or acceptance. Why this case is important, exam use. Most cited authority for recovery does not equal acceptance. Limits of Section 20 presumption. Frequently paired with K. Shanthammavi, State of Telangana. Kalicharan Mahapatravi, State of Orissa. One-line exam answer. In B. Jairaj v. State of Andhra Pradesh, the Supreme Court held that mere recovery of tainted money without proof of demand of bribe is insufficient for conviction, and the presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act cannot be applied. If you want, I can next. Small diamond, compare B. Jairaj with K. Shanthamma and Kamwarjeet Singh Kakkar. Small diamond. Prepare a problem-based question with model answer. Small diamond. Convert this into a short note, 5 to 6 lines, for quick revision. B. Krishnamurthy v. State Prevention of Corruption Act, Demand, Acceptance and Recovery. Area of Law, Prevention of Corruption Act, 1988, Section 7, 13, 1, D, 13, 2, and Section 20 co-focus, distinction between demand, acceptance and mere recovery. Facts, explained simply. The accused was a public servant. A trap case was organized by the vigilance authorities. Tainted money was recovered from the accused. The prosecution relied mainly on recovery of money, phenolphthalein test. Evidence regarding prior demand of bribe was weak, doubtful. Issues before the court. 1. Whether mere recovery of tainted money is sufficient for conviction. 2. Whether acceptance of bribe can be presumed without clear proof of demand. 3. When does the presumption under Section 20 arise? Health decision, right arrow conviction could not be sustained, right arrow accused entitled to benefit of doubt. Key legal principles laid down. 1. Demand of bribe is sine qua non. The court reiterated that proof of demand is mandatory. Without demand, offences under Section 7 and 13 are not made out. 2. Recovery does not equal acceptance. Mere recovery of money from the accused does not automatically prove acceptance. Does not establish guilt. Acceptance must be knowing, voluntary, pursuant to demand. 3. Presumption under Section 20. Presumption arises only after demand is proved, and acceptance is proved. If demand itself is not proved, Section 20 presumption cannot be invoked. Ratio decidendi. In the absence of proof of demand of illegal gratification, mere recovery of tainted money is insufficient to establish acceptance or attract the presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Daily life illustration, very simple. If someone secretly puts money in a government officer's drawer without in ratio decidendi, in the absence of proof of demand of illegal gratification, mere recovery of tainted money is insufficient to establish acceptance or attract the presumption under Section 20 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Daily life illustration, very simple. If someone secretly puts money in a government officer's drawer without the officer asking for it, and the money is later recovered, this shows recovery, not demand or acceptance. Why this case is important, exam use. Reinforces the settled rule that demand plus acceptance are essential. Recovery alone is never enough. Commonly cited along with B. Jairaj, K. Shanthamma, Kalicharan Mahapatra. One-line exam answer. In B. Krishnamurthy v. State, the Supreme Court held that mere recovery of bribe money without proof of demand and voluntary acceptance is insufficient for conviction under the Prevention of Corruption Act, and the presumption under Section 20 does not arise. If you want next, I can. Small diamond. Compare B. Krishnamurthy with B. Jairaj and K. Shanthamma. Small diamond. Prepare a single combined answer on recovery vs acceptance. Small diamond. Draft a perfect 10-mark answer.